What is going on, everybody? Good to see you all. Welcome, Dan. How you doing, man?
Good.
How is... Well, now we got the mics figured out. Which, by the way, anybody in the chat, let me know if you hear an echo.
Yeah.
They say they can't, so we might be good. Although I have a crazy echo in my ear. So
Death Metal Hero.
Yeah, we got a lot of people in the chat. This is gonna be awesome. Before we start, let's see. We had Christopher John. Hail, brother. Crazy Mad. Hail.
Crazy Mad, hit up Joe with your address.
Oh yeah, do that. Chauncey's
in charge.
What's going on, brother? Bloodstrike. Good to see you. Oh, where'd you go? Good to see you back again. Love that name. Love that name.
Great avatar.
Classic.
Rick, the man, the myth, the legend, Rick Sailor.
Good man, that man.
Facts.
You got Noah in the house.
All right.
Just saw that cover you dropped. Finished inks and everything. It looks awesome, man.
Nice.
Great
Noah
job.
is gangster.
What's up, D-Wag?
Bow.
We got the old press guy. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Classic old press. Tentacle. You gotta say it just like that too.
It's gotta be the best. Got Trevor McGuire.
What up?
And there's Luke, the man himself, Death Metal Hero. Checkpoint.
Yo.
Yo. Oh. Roach Ball.
Nice. Hell.
Good to see you. We got Deer Man.
What up?
Got Bullet Ninja Hagelman. I'm hitting these names today, man. Like I'm not messing anything up. I'm pretty happy. Here. Jaro.
It's murder.
Smokey the Con Cat.
Yeah, that's a good man. He's a good man, that man.
All right.
That is awesome. I'm seeing some good some names I haven't seen in here in a while. That's awesome. Awesome. Got
Lloyd Burton. What's up, brother?
Burton. I messed that one up. Damn it. So close. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us here tonight. This is going to be really, really fun. I've been wanting to do this show for a while, and if anybody has watched the Appreciating Comic Book Art live series, you know that we go over comic book artists from my past, the ones that have influenced me or had some kind of major impact on me as a kid or wanted me to get into this industry. We sit here and we look through their body of work as much as we can within the time we have allotted, and we really just kind of dig into the art, appreciate it. And then I have special guests here to talk about the industry, to talk about the art. Today is extremely special to me because we have Fraga Boom here, which is always awesome to have. But Dan was really good friends with Michael Turner. So we're going to get some good insight and some good stories tonight. So I appreciate everybody joining us tonight to celebrate the late, great Michael Turner.
Yeah.
And hopefully the camera holds up. So I'll be as much in the chat as I can, but I also have to flip through these books. So just so you
Yeah.
know. Sean, you want to say anything before we go?
Hi.
All right.
My man. Simple. Keeps it real.
Facts.
All right. So getting started here, we have Ballistic, which I believe after Michael was doing background work and stuff at Top Cow,
Yeah.
and he was doing some of the trading cards, this was the first title they gave him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You're jumping right into it, or do you want to talk about how he got his job?
Dude, let's do it. Yeah, that's why we're here.
History.
Go for
So
it.
he was
Floor is yours.
a water skiing champion, right? Came out of Tennessee, moved out to San Diego, La Jolla area. He was a waiter and met Mark Silvestri waiting tables, and the conversation got on to art. And Mike noticed his nice sports car and said, you can drive a car like that, drawing comics. Mark said, yeah. So Mike submitted some samples, got some review about how he needed to work on some things. Said, look at some reference. And he went away, came back a week later, and had improved leaps and bounds. Like what would take most people a year or two of practice, Mike just like picked it up like quite quickly. Still looked amateur, but his backgrounds were impressive enough that Mark Silvestri hired him to start doing backgrounds, and under the tutelage of working with Mark and going down and seeing these other guys do their kind of work, he just rose to the occasion, doing some pinups and things. And then, of course, like you said, this was the first work that they gave him on his own. But the guy, I mean, he went from not drawing comics at all to drawing this book in less than a year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And Strike Force 13, I think he has some pages in as well, is around this time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, it's you don't see that very often. I mean, that's some extreme talent right there to make that jump in that short amount of time. It's just mind-boggling.
Well, that was the thing, I'll obviously we're here to talk about his Amanda B's in the house.
Hey, man.
Leandro's in the house. What up, brother? I'll inevitably really kind of refer to what a good human being the guy was, and also his personality type. Like he was really smooth, like Mel Gibson before Mel Gibson went crazy. Like he just had a very easygoing way about him. He never got pissed and he never got down. You always saw him, and he had a slight Southern drawl. Always very kind. When he talked to you, you felt like you were the only person in the room. You always felt like he was listening. He made you feel great to be around him. And in addition to that, he lived the life that everything that he preached, he practiced. The guy took care of himself. He exercised. Highly competitive. That was the one thing. That's where I think a lot of his strength came from, the fact that he was super competitive. Like I've heard this about Michael Jordan. Heard it about Will Smith. They're the kind of guys that want to win all the time, but they're also super charismatic. They're not like that asshole, I gotta win kind of guy. They're very just, one more round. If you beat him up, you can't leave, man. You can't leave on one more round, brother. And it was a lot of games, a lot of video games. GoldenEye was one that we played quite often. What do you got there? What is that?
All of his belts that he done.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, held an instructor level red sash in martial arts.
Yeah. See, he competed in water skiing, in martial arts. He took video games very seriously. So whether it was GoldenEye, Tekken, any fighting game, any racing game, in any shooting game, if you played him, he he whoop you anyway. Like that's the
Right.
thing. It was hard. It was very hard. You hardly ever beat him, and when you did, it was like, well, you're not leaving until he beats you again. You know, like that's the kind of competitor he was. But that's the kind of spirit. What's up, man? That's the kind of spirit that Mike had. So it finding out that he did what he did in under a year is no surprise to me when he went into top cow of all places, Mark Silvestri of
yeah.
all mentors, and he said, well, I'm gonna kick this thing's ass too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and here we have his first work, and it's like super competent, and not only competent, competitive with the guys at the top. And at the time, that was, you know, Jim, Rob, Todd, J. Scott Campbell. You know, we saw this stuff. I remember when Rob saw this stuff, you know, he's like, oh my God, look at this. This guy, he draws women right. He draws men cool. He draws great tech. He draws great cars, you know, like all the things. He does all the things, and he does them uniquely, but out of this world good.
Yeah, that's for
There you
darn
go.
sure. Like he had such a unique style. I mean, he had the top cow feel, obviously from his mentors and in that kind of house style they were working there. But he had a flair and a style to his art that was definitely all his own, especially when he hit Witchblade.
Yeah.
You know, when he started really expanding. Like this stuff we're gonna look at with Ballistic is fantastic. And I wanted to look at it because being his first like real book, he just killed it.
It's almost
Like,
perfect.
yeah, it's like amazing job.
He drew the booty, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. He
Side note, he had an ATM machine at his house, and it was called All Turner's Money because they would play cards, and it was just it was in his book that they said. So
that must have been way down the line because I never saw that.
Okay, yeah.
That might be hyperbole because I've never once seen an ATM in his house.
Well, it's in here. So
Yeah.
Is Wizard lying?
Oh, Wizard wouldn't do that.
Oh,
there would be no trickery.
they would
with
never
that
say
book.
that.
Rob was asking, where do you think he ranks overall? I'll let you take that one first, Dan, but I've got an idea.
I mean that. I need criteria, man. I mean, if you want all-time greats, Mike is in my top 30. You know, as far as modern, you know, post-image guys, he's in my top 5. You know, if you talk about sexy girl art, he's in my top 3.
Yeah.
You know, it just depends on that. If you talk about human beings that I've known, like in person and known, number 1. I can go as far as saying that the guy is my hero, and was my hero. It was very. It was a super blessing. It was awkward at times to have such a good friend, but also be completely in awe of what an incredible human being the guy was. He was literally the embodiment of excellence in every way. And sometimes you're just like, I feel humbled. You know, when you go out, like when we were in our single days and we'd go to clubs, I always was like, I used to be used to being like the fucking guy and having a wingman, you know, but when you go with him, you're kind of like the ugly buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, because
I'll take his scraps.
Yeah, his charisma was like, you're not touching it.
Right.
You know?
He just seemed like a guy that pushed you to grow better within yourself, whether it be personal and artistically. So it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I've never heard a bad word said about the guy.
We used to play games. I mean, the Ballistic came out before I met him. First time I met Mike was he was working on Witchblade number 5.
Oh.
That's when we actually met each other. There was a convention in San Francisco at a place called the Cow Palace, and Mike Green. It's one of the first times I ever met Mike Green. Was
no shit
at that very same convention. But
very cool.
They put Michael Turner and me next to each other,
and
I remember saying like, "Dude, your shit's fucking amazing, bro! Like really really cool stuff. I just wanted to tell you, I think you're great." And then, you know, you hang out for 2 days at a show, you start yapping and stuff, and I'm like, this guy is the coolest motherfucker I've ever met in my life. Let's hang out after this. And we just started hanging out. And one of the things that we did, like, from then on out, was whenever we'd work on books, we would hide each other's numbers. So his favorite number is the number 21. Of course, he was born on the 21st, but his favorite number was 21. So what I would do in my comic is I would hide the number 21. I would ask writers and stuff, like, if you look at Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man -1, the issue that I had done with the Red Goblin, there's a part where the Red Goblin takes out a guy, and on his shoulder pads it has 21s, and they go, "Oh my God,
Nice.
Turner's down," right? So they put that in there. But what he would do is he would hide the number 23 in his books. So whenever our books would come out, we would play a game. We'd call each other up and be like, "All right, how many are there?" You know, and you know, he'd be like, "There's 8 in this issue." I'm like, "Fuck, I only found 3." You know, and he always found mine. I put mine in obvious places, but he'd hide them in the clouds. There's one on the cover of Fathom #1. Like, there's one on the cover of Fathom #1, and it's like it's down in the lower right, and it looks like kind of like a worm. You'd never know it unless you know it, you know. But
Okay.
as soon as I point it out, you'd be like, "Oh shit, there it is." But we used to do that. We used to like, you know, just do stupid shit like that. It was you know, fun. That's what, you know, buddies do. Like, and it was, you know, birth of AOL. So, like, you know, we didn't send each other memes.
On this one?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I was looking
Can I
at.
go
I was just saying,
closer?
I know you had different covers.
Yeah, let me. No, the one with her, the one on the right side, the full figure.
Okay, that one. All right.
Yeah, that one there. In fact, let me see if I can find a Fathom #1 cover. I could probably find a high res and zoom in on it. Let's
Yeah, that'd
see.
be awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and then
You have that tattooed, right?
the number 23. Yeah, I do. That I do. All right, let's see.
Yeah,
Hopefully
guys,
this
in the
one's
chat,
good.
just so you know, real quick, I'm streaming this on Ott and stuff, and also on my channel. Just I wanted to get as many eyes as we could on it. So if you don't see certain people in the chat, that's why. It's just 2 different platforms.
Let's see. Hopefully it'll zoom in good enough. Let me see. Open image and new tab.
Rob, I think Turner could have, in my opinion, could have gone down as one of the all-time greats. And of course, I'm talking from like my generation. You know, like the guys that I look at and put in like my top 10 are going to be different than like what Dan does. But I really think he could have been up there. I mean, he was on a superstar path. And if he had hit that Marvel stuff that they were planning on working,
Right.
I mean, it would have been stratosphere.
Yeah.
But if
All
you
right,
also look at how
I got it. I got it
small
right here.
his career was,
Okay.
unfortunately, he's still.
So you have to really, when I show it to you, it'll be painfully obvious. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right here.
Oh, I see it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
That's good,
worms.
man.
Yeah.
That's good.
So
That's cool.
that's where he hit the 23 on the cover of Fathom 1. So, and yeah, now when, you know, I have a poster of it, and whenever I see it, it makes me smile.
Awesome.
But yeah, a lot of places. It was like on. He would hide it in the pattern of ties on somebody. Would have like a, you know, a weird paisley pattern, but he would figure a 2-3 in there, or he'd put it up in the clouds, or in the water. A lot of times in Fathom, it was in the water.
That's cool.
Yeah, but that one was always fucked up because a lot of them look like they could, but they weren't. And then when he points it out, it's like, oh my God, it's right fucking there. You know.
Did you guys ever jam on any like personal stuff, like nothing published, like any sketches at a show or just fuck around?
No. I mean, most of the stuff, like I helped out on some Witchblade issues.
Okay.
You know, like he did layouts, and then I did type pencils, and then it would get inked. And then there was, I did almost there's a book that came out 25 years ago called Santa the Barbarian.
Oh yeah.
I did almost every single page of that at his house. Like
Wow.
Nice.
we would work together, like on our books. We would play GoldenEye.
Oh, it's so cool.
We'd go down and get fucking lit,
Yeah.
drink, come back up, work. This is like 96,
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig those stories, man. Like that sounds so fun.
Yeah.
Jasper said Turner, Campbell, and Finch had similar trajectories. Turner would have been really close to Campbell if he was doing girl covers now.
I
I think he would.
I think he would have surpassed Jeff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
I think he surpassed Campbell
Yeah.
when he was still alive, in my opinion.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as we're not talking art. I'm talking business.
Oh, business.
Mike would have figured out a way to make it so that shit was in McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's he's hardcore like that.
I think
I mean,
Aspen could have been Skybound.
I was just
If
going
Mike
to say, I mean,
would
starting
still
to
be
ask
I
you
mean,
there.
think about this. This is what's really tough for people to grasp sometimes. But like Mike passed away right as the iPhone came out.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? Like if you think about
That's crazy.
the time of things, think about what that guy would have done with tablets and iPhones. Like he was very mindful of technology. He would have done something that suited technology.
Sure.
That's
And they
crazy.
did that.
That's crazy.
I don't know
when
if it was
you think about
American
it.
Express, but it was a Beyonce commercial that he has art in.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh,
it's
really?
pretty- yeah. It's beautiful. Probably the best looking Beyonce I've ever seen.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, so I mean that's some really great insight. I mean, I never got to meet him personally. I've told this story once or before that the only time I had a chance, he was at Chicago Wizard World in 2000.
7.
Was it 2000? I don't think
Yeah.
it was the one we were at.
Oh, he was there because I was behind Rob's table and he came along. I'm like, hey, Mike, how you feeling? And he looked
Oh.
up.
Damn it.
Second time
Missed
I got
that.
to meet him. Nice guy.
Son of
First
a-
time was because of my mom and not the way you think
That's right.
it is.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a nice
Well,
guy.
I was doing it the traditional way, standing in line, and he had a long line,
Sucker.
line, and I was cool. To stand in there.
2008, Jasper. 2008.
Yeah.
So you were
And,
standing there.
I was standing there, and I saw this dude come up. He's walking down the line, and he stops right in front of me. And I was like, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he's like, "I'm stopping the line right here." And I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, this is where it ends, guys." And like right in front of me, the guy that was in front of me was the last dude, and I was like, "Oh."
I would have took him out.
So like, I was like, okay, I get it. And I got to see him like from afar, at his table signing. I got to at least see him, and everything. And later on, I walked up to his table and I got to flip through like the portfolio art that he had on his table, and it was just
Seeing that shit
awe-inspiring.
in person, yeah.
Awe-inspiring. It was crazy.
I got to see the character design for the original Darkness in Hawaii last year.
Yeah.
Wow. That would have been a cool character, definitely if it wasn't the Darkness, but just to see his lines is just perfect.
Yeah. This dude was just, especially like he was starting to, he didn't come up with, but he was starting to really pioneer the pencils to colors, especially when he was working with Steigerwald.
Steigerwald.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they were really starting to really push that out there. And he was just tight, clean pencils. If we get a second, I'll pull up the Superman Batman Treasury edition, which is something everybody should have in their
I gotta
collection.
get that.
It's absolutely beautiful.
Those clean pencils came from a technique. Dave Finch talks about it a bit. I think Mark was the guy who taught it to these guys. It's the kneaded eraser technique. Where it's basically you draw something as fast and rough as you can, and then you knead it out until it's like super light. You tighten it up, but you go as fast as you can. You knead it out, and there it is. And you it's sculpting until you get it refined down. There's a little sidebar. That guy who was in front of you in line.
Yeah.
It makes me think about people ask you, like, if you could have a superpower, what would you want? I answer this one, and I mean it. It sounds like a funny power, but I actually mean it. because I don't want any self-serving stuff. I basically want like teach a man a lesson sort of powers, karma powers. I
Right.
want to be able to, with a single point, make someone shit their pants.
I like it.
Like in a heavy, like I just had bad Taco Bell sort of way. Like I can't hold it. I dropped. I shit my pants. So at a certain point, I don't know if I would have done it to the guy ahead of me in line,
Right.
but it made me think about it.
Maybe the guy that cut off the line. I mean, it's just doing his job, but still,
Yeah.
like,
Nerds.
and then I remember just like a year later, I had gotten out of comics altogether. I was like, my life took a turn, and I was starting to do music, but I was still kind of keeping track of stuff. And I remember being on the computer one day when I saw the news about Mike come across it, and it broke my heart.
The way
Yeah.
I got the news, I sometimes I get verklempt when I tell it, so I'm going to try not to.
I feel that, yeah.
I was I had just started dating my wife officially after my divorce. So I started this is when I started dating my wife. And in her house, for some reason, downstairs cell signal doesn't work, but when you go upstairs it does. And I went upstairs and I got a voicemail, and it was from Peter Steigerwald. And he said, and it was like, Dan, I'm at the hospital. You need to call. Things aren't good. Call as soon as you can. And I looked, and the voice stamp was from like 30 minutes prior. And I'm like, fuck. I don't know what's up with that. So I immediately called Peter back, and all he said was, he's gone, man. He's gone.
Wow.
And yeah, I could, it was, fuck. Yeah, it takes all the air out of your sails, and you start to question, like, why is something so good? Like, why did he get cancer? Like,
Right.
of all the fucking people, all the shitty fucking assholes in this world, why did one of, like, literally, I'm not saying one of, I'm saying the best human I've ever met in my life. Not exaggeration. Why him? And I was really, I mean, I'm still upset, but I was really upset.
Yeah. That's a hard way to find out.
Yeah.
But hey, cheers to Michael.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's look at his work, man.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
All right, so Ballistic number 1. Fantastic book. Fantastic book.
Ashby Manson on colors too.
Yeah, all around this book was just beautiful looking.
This book killed it. Color wise, they killed Extreme on
Ashby,
this. They killed Wildstorm.
Ashby went and went into the animation field. In fact, he was my background supervisor on Ricky Gervais show.
Oh wow!
Oh really?
Yeah, he came up with all the backgrounds. Yeah. Oh, look at that, dude.
Yeah. I'm hard.
Yeah, that's ahead of its time, dude. A big, vast. Oh,
absolutely.
I mean, that's like, I see the amateurishness in it. That head's a little off kilter. Some of the lighting's a little weird. He looks like he's leaning over a bit, but it doesn't matter. Shit looks badass.
Oh, yeah. And I've said, as long as it looks cool, you can find technical little things in a lot of people's art. But it just looks awesome. The page layouts are great too.
Yeah.
Like that's what blew me away for his first book. I mean, the page layouts and stuff he was doing.
Yeah, and that right there was like superstar. Who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Because this is the first time I remember any of us in the studio was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because we didn't know about this guy doing pinups and backgrounds. I didn't get to say goodbye. Last I saw him was a convention at the Staples Center maybe March before, and he was in a wheelchair. Got to introduce him to my wife. Well, wasn't my wife at the time, my girlfriend, but he got to meet her. But yeah, dude, this was the one. You know, it was like,
Yeah.
as far as like, what was this, 95? Early
I believe
90s
so.
or late
95.
95?
Yep.
Yeah, late
95.
95. All we had to go by at this time was, this guy is like Mark meets Travis meets Art Adams. You know,
Mhm.
like that's like how because if you look at that guy getting choked out, that's very Art Adams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at the girl figure, it's got Mark, but it's got tight details like Art Adams. And you know, and yeah, it's just so fucking good. And then you look at the little figures, like on the left side, that bottom panel, the guy with the mustache, that looks like something that Travis would have drawn. You know, little Brett Boothish in spots.
Yeah, a little
Uh,
bit. Yeah.
You know, but again, this is this guy's first work.
Yeah, which is, again, like,
Well,
I've looked
here's
at this-
his samples that he presented to either Mark or
Yeah,
David
Jasper.
Wall.
Yeah, he
Sorry
saw.
if it's blurry. You know?
Yeah, it's incredible. The jump.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was doing when he started. Bloodstrike is asking, did he draw before getting into comics? No,
Yeah.
he didn't. He just saw that this guy had a badass sports car and was like, "You draw? I think I could do that." You know,
There's a really cool documentary on YouTube of Michael
Mhm.
Turner. I don't know if it's official or who made it, but
I think
you
it's
can-
fan.
is a fan made?
It was awesome.
it's got all
No,
the
it's
right
really-
people in it.
Yeah, I
though.
would
It's
say
got Frank Mastermauer is in
Mhm.
there, and
Yep.
Peter's in there, and yeah,
Silvestri.
yeah.
Yes, I mean, if you guys go to YouTube and type in like Michael Turner documentaries, that one's going to pop up. It's like 40 some odd minutes long, but it's really, really good.
Mhm.
A lot
Yeah.
of interviews with the people that knew him. And I highly recommend you check that out.
It's just wild because like he drew a
Right,
bread
shit,
box
right there, look at
for a
that.
building, and then Mark's like, "Look at this picture." Came back, dope as hell. And he's like, "What is this?" He's like, "Nobody ever told me to look at a picture." Like, mind blown.
Yeah.
Like, what the f,
It's
dude?
nuts.
Yeah, like once you actually look at references,
Mm-hmm.
but just, and granted, I understand that you are working under like one of the masters in Mark Silvestri at Top Cow, and you
Mhm.
have a lot of other great artists and inkers you're working with, but just the movement he put into this book for his first time. I mean, like, that's an awesome looking monster there. Just the
Yeah, it is.
foreshortening and everything in there. It's just incredible. The page layout. It blows me away.
And even that, look at that spread.
Man, those girls, and in 1995, that's what we all wanted girls to look like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Yep.
that was. Yeah, no, he did. Mike's genius was he was almost like Taskmaster, you know,
Okay.
from Marvel,
Mhm.
where he could see you do something and
The real
then be like,
Taskmaster.
yeah, no, the one from the comics. Yes.
There we go.
Thank you. No, he would be like, hey, do that thing. Do it one more time. Okay. And then he'd do it, and then he'd do it one more time, and then he'd have it down exactly like you, and then he would take it, and then it would be 10 times better, and you're like playing catch up with the thing you just taught him.
That's
His talent.
so
He's
cool.
a fucking taskmaster.
Yeah.
That's a fathom.
Yeah. Look at that. Just
Man.
the shreds, nothing looked like this. It was extra. You know what I mean? Like all the stuff we liked about McFarlane was there.
Mhm.
He didn't
Mhm.
draw like McFarlane, but he had that excess, that extra. You know, the betterification. I always call it betterification. If you could take something and add something to it to make it slightly better,
Right.
do it. You know.
Yeah, he had the nothing against McFarlane. McFarlane does great with what he does, monsters and stuff like that.
Yeah.
McFarlane's never really drawn two attractive women, in my opinion. Is this hard? All right,
No.
it's
Yeah.
hard to draw a really attractive female perfectly. You know, like Sylvester's
Well,
great at it.
yeah. Though, listen, man. You and I are similarly aged, except I've got a big brother's worth of age on you.
True.
What you what 42?
39. 39.
There you go. See, I have more than a big brother's age on you. I'm
Yeah.
9 years older than you. So
Big brother, yeah.
yeah. It's the gray, buddy, but I know where it comes from.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I look older than I am.
It's the gray. If you darken that in, I would have said 34.
Yeah.
But no, McFarlane, his Mary Jane was considered attractive solely because of what it was put up against. You have to remember in 1987, 1988, like that Mary Jane crying on page 1 of Spider-Man 300.
Oh,
with the big doughy eyes and like the cute little nose and lips. She was cute, and in comparison to the way everybody drew her beforehand, like some 70s 70s model, but not in a good way, like with a 70s style. And Todd was the first guy to go, no, I'm giving her 80s hair and 80s fashion.
True.
And it put it above, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, now there's so many more outlets to get beautiful women. Todd can't hang, but regarding the time frame, he did a great job.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that for sure. There's like when Silvestri got in his heyday in the 90s, and I always think it's funny that I've heard Silvestri say that he wasn't actually happy with a lot of his 90s art because he was trying to be like too Jim Lee style instead of being Mark.
Yeah.
But he did draw some attractive people, and Michael came along under that tutelage and then took that to a whole nother level. The lips, the eyes, the way he would draw characteristics on women. And I'm not just talking about like the fun characteristics, but the ones that like truly make a 2D drawing attractive. You know, eyes, lips, the way they look, you know.
Like the way, just like he would draw the bit into the collarbone of the neck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, he drew great stomachs.
Oh, he did probably the best stomachs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to emulate that. I still can't. I still can't over the years. It's hard.
And he made them look distinctive because, like, if you look at a Jim Lee, they all essentially the same: blonde hair, brown hair. Whatever.
Yeah,
it's essentially the same chick. You know, Mark to a degree, but this is different stuff.
The lighting on his face is just unreal.
Yeah. Well, he got that. That is a lift from Wills. That's a Will. He was also into Wills Portasio in the beginning. You can see it a bit too, mostly in the lighting, and in the anatomical underdrawing of the way he drew men came from Wills.
Yeah, Willis. I always call him Willis. Wills. I just have a hard
what
time.
You talking
I have
about?
a hard time saying Willis.
Willis. What up, Master Dan? Oh, John Malin's in the house.
Oh, what up,
John?
Coach? Good to see you.
Nice.
Hell yeah. You're more welcome to join us if you want.
Yeah, John, get your ass in here, man.
Yeah, this is just. Oh yeah, okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, and that's Wetworks, right? Like,
yeah,
that's why he was looking at Wills, but yeah, he kind of just slapped us all up, you know. I mean, at this point, I'd been doing it for. I started working for Rob in December of '91, but my first book didn't see print till '92. So I had been doing it up until this point for 3 years, and couldn't touch this with a 1,000,000-foot pole. I just couldn't. And you just go, oh my God, who the fuck is this guy?
Dude, this was the kind of stuff as a young kid or younger that I would look at and be like, how am I ever going to progress to be able to draw like this? Like, it would almost depress me when I mean, it was so beautiful when I look at it, but as an artist, knowing where I was trying to get to one day, it seems so far away. when you saw stuff like this?
It's so weird because one of the shows I really enjoy watching is Dave Finch, right?
Oh yeah.
And the thing that I find really interesting about Dave's stuff is, for one, he demystifies a lot of stuff for me. But the other thing too is he and I do not draw at all alike, and I don't mean like our surface details. I mean mindset. The Top Cow way, which is, I think, a very superb way of doing things, is very procedural. It's gesture, build like a sculpture, find a lighting source, put the lighting in, then render out of it like that. It's very procedural. Whereas when I draw, I basically draw the gesture and I basically finish it like a machine. I just start fucking detailing it up,
Right.
and I don't think that way. So when I look at this stuff now, because back then I didn't think that way. Comparison is a thief of joy. That's right. Amen, brother. Now I look at this and I know exactly how he did it, but back then, no way, no how.
Right. Yeah. That's great way of saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Like when you actually learn, and I'll tell you what, I saw a giant improvement in my own work when, and this was a ways down the line, but coming back to drawing when YouTube, you could actually watch people draw.
Yeah.
And when you watch guys like Lee and Silvestri and whoever just draw at cons, you can it all clicks. It makes sense, finally for the first time.
Because you're seeing them do it.
Yeah. For some people it's like kinship. You watch them like, who draws very similarly is Ethan and I do. Whenever I watch him, he's got the blue pencil and he just starts inking. That's how I work. Like I see the loose thing and I just start drawing over it. That's the way I think. So when I watch Ethan draw, it's kind of like watching, it's like I understand that set of rules, where when I watch Dave Finch draw or some other people drawing on YouTube, it's kind of like, oh shit, that's how you do that. It's kind of cool.
Carl broke that down to me, like how you were saying, like how Kim. I can't pronounce the guy's name, but
Jung-gi.
Yes.
Yes. His first name is Jung-gi, by the way.
Jung-gi.
Yeah, it's Koreans. It's like my name is Fraga Dan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, backwards.
Oh okay.
Yeah. Carl's great.
I love Carl. That's my guy.
Rob says, so from the 90s guys, McFarlane, then Turner?
I think it's different when you think about it, because like McFarlane was his own thing. Turner and you and like Benitez, you were the young guns.
Yeah.
It's a different
artistically
school.
He kind
go
of
go back to that page, man.
This one?
That's
dude,
badass.
the fucking mood on this in every single aspect of this, the angle, the treatment of the buildings, the tech.
Yeah.
And then you get what Ashby did. Ashby done this shit with color, dude. I mean, this is 1995, guys.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I love the reflection.
And
down here.
who could come to be on that level? Like besides like early Richard Isanov, like this is the top of the shit.
Yeah, well,
and Kiko, but this is for sure.
Brian Haberlin, Chauncey, Mike didn't really get off on comic stuff so much. The stuff I saw him look at, he looked at a lot of swimsuit photography. Like he had this Taschen book of high-end photography. He was also a big fan of Soriyama. The airbrush, the Japanese eroticist. But as far as like comic guys, I never once. Travis. He liked Travis, but I never once saw him like go crazy. I did see him compete one time with Joe Mad. They did this sort of Wonder Woman. Thing, and I was there in the studio when he was drawing his Wonder Woman. And we're all like, "You're gonna whoop him, dude." you know, but Joe came, you know, he did
Yeah.
that fucking zang
Mhm.
zang with a pating on it, and you know,
Yeah, that was another awesome artist.
yeah,
Moody.
yeah, shit. And look at that fucking that villain, dude, and the flow of the cape.
Yeah,
Shit
Yeah.
ain't no
that's why I was going.
joke, man.
Energy, so much energy in that. That's why I love capes,
Yeah.
man.
Mood.
Yeah, wow.
It's operatic almost, you know?
Right.
That's
Total
kind of
mood.
interesting when they have dialogue there, just like the narration, I guess.
Yeah.
This looks better than Witchblade.
Yeah, in
The
my
thing
opinion.
that I, the thing that I like about this is that this was still Mike in raw form, still figuring things out before he kind of polished it and got into a rhythm with Witchblade. And Witchblade's
Yeah.
great, but there's something about this. It's almost like when a band puts out its first album and it's like raw, it's just energetic, you know, like they put everything into that first album. And then they get better and better as songwriters and get more polished as they go. But that first album is still always special. That's how I view the Ballistic miniseries.
That's how I feel about Art Adams. You know, no knock. I mean, Art Adams is great. That I will say, in my opinion, with Art Adams, and this is completely subjective, but I find his work from 1999 to 2006 to be his ugly period,
Mm,
where people just they got weird big chins and like
Mhm.
he drew them like they. When I say ugly, I mean the people didn't look attractive, and then you know he reined it in. But Art Adams from 84 to 91 is like, oh my god, you know.
Yeah, up
yeah,
until like that FF
yeah.
stuff for me,
Well,
my
that FF
opinion.
stuff is great. RT Bear, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that girl on the bike right there.
That's
That
why I paused.
yeah,
Yep.
that bike looks great. The gas pump looks good. You know what I mean? Like it's a well
Yeah.
drawn gas pump. And then that beautiful face next to it.
Mm.
Yeah,
Like I said, man, those eyes, the lips,
yeah,
uh, drawing noses on chicks just slightly smaller,
Hmm.
yeah,
you know, gives a sense of beauty.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit of Travis in that face on the page with the gun.
Yeah.
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 That's a t-shirt right there.
Yep. I love the shadow that they just cast here. The negative white background on that is awesome. The position,
Man, you
again,
know what? I haven't
comic
looked
book
at this.
position.
I haven't looked at this in probably 10 years. So first off, thank you
You're
you
welcome.
guys for pulling these out. Ah, they're so good.
That's why I like doing these shows.
Yeah.
Just like I said, so why I titled the name of the series the way it is. It's like I want to make sure that anybody that wasn't in to comics back in the 90s or whatever, or younger generation or whatever, that might not be experiencing this, especially with the industry now, because you don't get art like this now.
No.
So to go back and to know that this existed, I want to make sure that people, if they stumble across this channel, you get to see some amazing art by some amazing artists.
Yo, these colors, I gotta just say, man, Ashby, I want to reach out to him. We're still pals on Facebook. I want to be like, yo, dude, the fuck you doing? You know?
Yeah,
Please do.
Yeah.
yeah. Everything about this book holds up really, really good. Like it, this could be a modern day book. I wouldn't bat an eye at it.
Jesus
Yeah, look at that.
Christ.
Look at that. There we go.
Yes.
She lost the contact.
Dude, it's so good. It's sexy and scary, you know?
Yeah.
Foreshortening is great.
Mhm.
The booty, of course.
The yeah, the positions that Mike would put females in were very iconic in a way,
Yeah,
but dynamic. Just
yeah. Dude,
again,
the other
comic
thing
books,
that I
you
want
know.
to make people understand
Oof.
too regarding this art, uh, there was no. I'm not going to say there was no internet, but there was no internet. You
Mhm.
couldn't go and search like cool gymnast poses, or
True.
you
That's
know,
a good point.
every you couldn't go search and get this stuff. Oh, that's the other guy he was a big fan of. Those guys at Top Cow were big fans of a guy named Brom, Brom.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, shit. Look at that. Great angle, tough angle too. Tough angle.
Yeah, it's funny because when you bring that up, oh man, that's so cool. I love how he has this scene existing outside of the panel, negative space, with all the detailed panel right there. Like it makes it pop, makes you really focus on her, and the colors just kill that.
Damn, Chauncey. Sorry, this guy just posted a really killer piece.
Oh yeah,
Shout out to him.
dude is kicking ass.
Chauncey's
man.
dope. Chauncey's
Yeah.
dope.
Chauncey is
Follow him on Instagram.
In charge.
leaping, man. I'm really impressed with the stuff he's doing. Luke said Brahm is fantastic. Magic the Gathering paintings, among other things.
Yeah, I mean,
Plus
dude,
motion
I'm going
expression.
back to go take a look at the Brom stuff from this era, 94, 95. You'll be like, oh my god, that's where Ascension came from. Oh my god, that's where like
Bro, I'm 94.
Brom,
Yeah, I meant to-
BROM. Yeah. Look at that.
Look at that.
Son of a bitch.
Man, look at that
This is so good. This is ahead of its time. It's so good.
Mm.
Jeez. Yeah, when I talk about like dynamic page layout and just man, again, the ability back in the day to make the page itself a form of art and not just paneled, you know, like just looking at this in general is art in itself before you even get into the story, follow it around, read the script. That's what made me fall in love with comics in the 90s. I was already big into them, but when I got into like the image age and like you guys and the next wave of image creators and artists that came through, the innovation that I saw, which is, it would blow me away. It's very inspiring. Any Image Top Cow artists ever do heavy metal albums or artwork besides the Disturbed thing?
Rob did some covers for some groups. The names escape me.
Capullo did some stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on
Finch.
real quick. I'm going to share this because just so you guys can see exactly the one I'm talking about, because there's a lot of Brom books you can get out there.
Okay, yeah. Cool.
But this is the one that I'm talking about.
Why did that come out like that?
I don't know.
Let me do it again.
There we go. Yeah, it's called Dark Works with an E. Dark Works, the Art of Brom. This is the one. I mean, they're all good, but this is the one we all had. I still have mine somewhere. eBay. I don't know. Let's see. You can find $20 on eBay. That's great.
I'm gonna have to.
Is that The Witcher or just looks
No,
like him?
dude. This is again like predates. I mean,
Okay.
look at that, dude.
That's beautiful.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. So Brom, Dark Works. All right, back to our regularly scheduled awesomeness.
All right, there we go.
Yep, and then there's the ad for Witchblade. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Yeah, he was already into it.
Man, yeah. So he must have drawn this entire series before they even released it. Then, if they already had that going.
Yep.
Yeah, they probably wanted it all in the can for a new artist to be out.
Yeah,
month to
well,
month,
this is studios kind of managed people. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, I remember when Todd Knock first came to Extreme, Rob, kind of plotted a path for him, and same with Matsuda. It's like, we're going to put you on this, we're going to put you on this, and then we're going to put you on this and launch you on this. So it was, like an effort to, manage people's careers.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I think it's awesome that they created Witchblade with Michael in mind, and that was like
in conjunction with. I mean, he co-created it. Well,
yeah, exactly. And almost, Witchblade became like the flagship title of Top Cow. You know,
Oh,
Yeah.
when they
Bills.
went in that direction, more of the supernatural kind of stuff, you know, like that was it. Like that was the number one, you know, like flagship title of Top Cow, and he was on it, kicking ass.
Weapon Zero. Love it.
Yeah, Weapon Zero was good too.
Old school.
Oh man. Yeah. So, oh shoot, yeah, I forgot. I've only got the. Is this only a 3-part series?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a bunch of
Unfortunately.
extras. Yeah. So yeah, highly recommend, guys. Go out and get this. D-Tron also did an awesome job in the inks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, D was great. Nathan Cabarrus is another really talented guy. He left comics and went into doing production design for like music videos and movies and stuff. Fantastic dude.
Good on Chris.
CA Breezy is where you can find Nathan Cabarrus on Instagram. He colored some Black Flag back in the day too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah. That's the other thing he did great was hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Hair, his tech, the tech he would use, especially later on in his career when he, man, some of the stuff he would do in Soulfire was insane. A lot of the style he was getting into, designs.
I remember reading something where he took up a trick from an inker that would just take a board and just practice going gestures and what have you. So he took that aesthetic for his practicing, and like that's kind of how he did hair or something. It's in this wizard book, but who knows if that's true? You know.
Look at that gun.
Yeah. See, now that's what's awesome, man. All right. People might dog stuff like this, but the over-exaggerated is so cool, and what's missing in comics. Too many people trying to draw like exact and realistic nowadays, which I understand that, but to me that's not comic books. Like this is a fantasy, comics right there. What was the 90s Image comic that had the sexiest skunk girl?
Skunk Girl?
Skunk Girl. Not sure
Who's
about
Skunk
that.
Girl? I don't know.
I
Skunk
don't know.
Girl.
But there's Image kind of had they had a lot of sexy chicks
Yeah.
by some really awesome artists.
Wait, Velocity?
Wait, what?
Velocity? Is that why you're thinking skunk? Because she got a white face and a black thing?
I always
I don't
thought
know.
this
Yeah,
page
explain
was
that.
weird. I thought the floating lips was weird. I like the eye, but the floating
just
lip. Yeah, I always thought that was weird.
It's kind of like out of like Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Yeah, the superimposed
Yeah.
shit. Yeah. Nosferatu.
It has Sidewinder missiles on the side. What are we talking about?
His gun. The gun from earlier.
Okay. Oh.
Perfection.
Yeah. God dang. So much energy, movement.
Yep. And then you got a guy who came along who kind of had it for a second. Remember Randy Queen
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
with
Yeah.
Darkchild?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. And he had that sort of a similar vibe too. All around the same era.
No, I had a bunch of animal people, but one was a sexy girl, but she was a skunk. I had the issue. Huh. I'm not sure. Not sure on that one. Yeah, Randy Queen was awesome. I really dug his stuff for the time that he was around.
Yeah. I think he's coming back. Look at that. That's so... Dude, his guys had volume. The lighting was great. The forms were great. The characteristics were great. I seriously, I haven't looked at this in so long. This is superior, man. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. I get jealous with people that can light so dynamically. And it just looks... I mean, even if it's off at all, it just looks great.
Yeah.
You know? Man.
Good colors don't hurt.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, he knocked it out of the park in this one.
Yeah, he's great.
This was like a come out flexing.
Yeah, exactly. This is the first project from a guy, that no one had ever really heard of, and then you're like, who is this guy? What's he doing next?
Oh, whoops. Different colors or pre-pressed person on this book.
Different colorists. It's Nathan Cabarrus versus Ashby Madsen. Ashby did the other ones. You can tell.
Yeah.
Nathan is a little more subdued, less cinematic.
Image took sexy women, added knocks to them, making them alpha sexy. We've never since seen that. Never seen that since? Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thanks.
Iyagi-san.
Oh, yeah.
That's my man.
Yeah, that's the thing. When people wanted to distance themselves from this era.
Go back to she. Go back to she. Look at that. Early Tucci.
There we go.
That's great. Battle of the Independents. It was
cool when they crossed over.
That was a great era.
Yeah, it was.
First appearance of Witchblade, I believe.
I had this. This lingerie issue.
Oh yeah.
Back when they could sell those, man.
Mm-hmm.
So great.
Yeah, I had all those. Yeah.
Imagine though, some one-eyed bitch with a glowing eye coming at you. I don't know, man. I'd be like, I don't know.
I'll give it a shot. First time for everything.
Try anything once.
Yeah. To a degree.
Yeah, well, to a degree.
I don't have this book. I need to get this.
Yeah, I think I've had this one for a while. I was going to pull out the individual issues, but I was like, I'll just get this.
I have tons of photocopies of pencils, though. Tons.
Oh, man. That's what I'm jealous of. So we'll just flip a little bit through this because there's a lot here.
Yeah,
but I want to just show the jump from Ballistic to Witchblade that he made.
It's definitely got more formula to it.
Yeah.
And that was the other thing that he was really great at too, is whenever he drew architecture or like his idea of what luxury was seemed beyond. You know what I mean? Like this is
Gucci.
supposed to be but even like Gucci would aspire to this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the molding, the Mike had great taste, I guess, is what it boils down to. The fact that he could put this all together and it worked, and it could be potentially gaudy, but it wasn't. Just looked so good.
So beautiful.
Yeah, that was another thing. Architecture in books back then, like, it's very, very stylized. It's just
hello.
There we go. All right, let's discuss. Let's dissect.
And then Victor Lamas, R.I.P.
Oh,
yeah, that's Victor right there in the corner with the skateboard.
Nice.
He drew him in the book.
That's so cool.
And then there's Michael Madsen from Reservoir Dogs in there, and then that guy, the reggae guy, is supposed to be sort of a Drexel.
Oh, nice.
From True Romance.
That's pretty awesome.
And that guy with the black jacket on with the striped shirt, that's Nathan Cabarrus.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
really?
he would draw Top Cow guys in there. So yeah, that's Victor,
cool.
Nathan Cabarrus, Drexel.
What's up, Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm gonna flip through that before we're all done, Jasper. Yeah, AAT for sure.
Yeah, look at that.
Did he base it off of Yasmin Bleak?
Mm-mm.
Just kind of coincidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Platt Love Brom also. Yeah.
Oh man.
Swing.
Yeah, here we
Look
go.
at that, man.
The foreshortening there is just insane.
Yeah,
Wild.
and Haberlin's colors on this were out of the park. I think this is Haberlin that colored this.
I believe so. Why is it making that noise? Where's the credits?
I don't know.
Maybe the back.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It looks great.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it was him. Pretty sure it was him.
Jeff Delgado's asking, whatever happened to Platt? Platt moved on to working in Hollywood as a concept designer, storyboard artist, and director. In fact, if you have ever seen Iron Man 1, where he shoots the tank and walks away and it explodes in the background, that was a sequence created by Stephen Platt. So
Nice.
Yeah, that's a lot of people don't know that, but that's Stephen's work. He does a lot of work in Hollywood.
He said, "I'll gladly die being shot like that."
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, at least the last thing you saw would be good, like
Yeah.
blam, that's cool.
Right.
I'll take a
That's
bullet
cool.
for that. Yeah.
I'll take a shot in the mouth.
Oh yeah, the others.
The
The
others.
Others. I'm
That
not
was
sure.
Valentino, wasn't it?
I didn't really follow much of Valentino.
Yes. The others was Valentino. Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think Chance Wolf worked on that.
Yeah.
Chance Wolf is the man.
Chance is good dude.
El Geek Hazoo.
What's up, Hazu?
Geek Hazoo. Hey guys, if you're new to any of these channels, please hit that sub and hit the like button. That'd be awesome.
Do it.
Yeah, I see, like what you're saying. The dynamic pages that these are still dynamic. Don't get me wrong, but the layout pages that you saw in Ballistic, quite a bit different than what he's doing here. In this first issue.
It could be, Dave Wall's story, his scripting. I mean, that's the thing is, like, we as artists, when we're working from scripts, it's I always go back to music, right? Like if suddenly you were jamming with a different person, you kind of work with them,
Mm-hmm.
Mike still everything still shine through, but I think these scripts were more dense. They were supernatural, crime based, and a lot more information happening per page.
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So less of a showcase and more of a procedural.
Yeah, I wonder. I don't know how everybody worked at Image when it had like the Marvel method and stuff, because I know like McFarlane still did that with Capullo. Just kind of gave him a description of the page and said, "Hey, I need this many panels for this reason," and then Capullo just did his thing. So I'm not sure when they started doing like full scripts at certain studios.
It just depends on the writer, Oh yeah, see.
Oh man, I love that.
Yeah, that's one of those shots where you're like, yeah, he drew a badass sports car and the dopest Japanese architecture and the cherry blossoms, and like he just hit it out of the park again.
Yeah, it's too impressive.
Yeah, and his action sequences are great. I mean, look at that cross gunning. Just so good. And that's Nottingham, right? That's not Jackie Estrada.
No, yeah, I think it's I believe you're right.
Okay.
It's been a little while since I actually read this. A long time, actually.
No, see, this is right around when I met Mike, so it might have been earlier than Witchblade 5.
Okay.
Because I remember seeing pencils to this. Like the physical pages. So
Nice.
that's
shit.
Yeah.
That was
nice.
to Rick.
Nice, Rick.
That's
cool.
Awesome.
That is what's up. Yeah. Tacky fashion.
What?
What are you talking about? Is that Jackie?
It's a sharp
That's not
take your word for
it.
It's Nottingham, dude.
Okay, I'll take Dan's word for it. Yeah, definitely a lot different flow in this book.
Look at that.
That-
Just sitting on the stairs looking sexy as shit. Just sitting on the stairs.
Good expressions.
Sarah
and
from the block.
I will tell you that I believe Mark penciled the page on the other side, though.
On this?
Looks
That's
like
Mark. That's not Mike. That's Mark.
Yep. I was just gonna say this reminds me a lot of kind of like what Mark would do. He did a lot of this kind of style, just like fading out of the
Or even
panels.
just
Well,
the
yeah,
bottom
it's
face on the left. That's
well, it's a way of
clearly
not
Marxism.
drawing. It's a way of not drawing. I mean, these guys were masters of like drawing very little and drawing just enough. You know.
Mhm.
Which I think is a great thing in my opinion.
I do. I just have a hard time doing it, as you might tell from my pages.
Yeah, you're very detailed. Very detailed.
I have a hard time not drawing, filling the page up.
This is actually something I'm trying to teach myself to do. Like when to kind of when to
Leave
kind
it
of do it.
alone.
Yeah, because I've been trying to study a lot of Marx stuff and just I studied a lot of stuff in the 90s.
The
Just the way they lay
Hellboy.
out. But yeah, how
Hellboy
they
is a
kind
good
of
way.
bleed stuff. You know, the darkness has a lot of stuff like this too, where it just bleeds into like the negative and the color takes it over and
Yeah.
puts it all together. Yeah, the things you had to draw in this book. I mean, theaters, you know, just bars, architecture.
And then,
that.
Oh man.
and then, yeah.
And then
He knew moments. That was the other thing. This was the
Yes.
secret sauce to Michael Turner. Is he drew to soundtracks?
Oh
Okay.
really?
Yeah,
No, that's
like
cool.
Jurassic Park, Braveheart, Titanic. I remember drawing the Titanic at his house. Lot of James Horner, a lot of John Williams, a lot of what was his name? Another Silvestri. There were
Alan.
Was
a
it
couple other guys.
Well-
Zimmerman, something like that. But a lot
Zimmerman would
of
be good.
very like the Conan soundtrack, like a lot of soundtracks because it created a mood, you know, when he was working. So it was kind of like a mood, an audio mood to keep the vibe going.
I've never thought about that
Hans
before.
Zimmer, thank you. See, I said Zimmerman.
What's up, Phil?
Hans Zimmer, thank you.
Yeah, that's you know, I'll listen to my favorite bands and stuff to get into the rhythm and the you know mindset of just drawing and relaxing. I've never tried soundtracks before.
Yeah.
Might have to
For
do
drawing
that.
something epic,
Yeah.
put on something epic.
Did he do straight to the board for his layouts, or was he just process guy?
I'd seen him do thumbnails sometimes, but really what he did is he did it on the boards, and again, the process was draw it as fast as you can
Mm-hmm.
and knock shapes out,
Sure.
capture what's up here, hit it with a kneaded eraser, refine it, hit it with a kneaded eraser, and constantly refine it, and then go through passes. You know, he would take something like he gave me tutorials sometimes. Like I would ask him questions, like especially like about lighting. You know, he would say he'd have a main light source and a rim light, a kick light, and there would be rendering towards a light source, but the rim light would be hard with shorter lines. You know, but it was there is a sense of just procedural, like you know, steps.
Yeah, that's what I want to get better at. Doing the
Yeah,
light
look at that face.
secondary source.
The face, the jacket. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot how I draw. I go right to the board. I do a very light, a lot of shapes, knead it out. Yeah. I find that a little bit easier for me to do than thumbnails.
Yeah.
Because I always seem to lose something
The energy.
when transferring. Yeah, I lose energy when it comes to transferring thumbnails. It just never looks quite the same.
Yeah. Well, the idea when you transfer a thumbnail is to move fast over it, you know?
Maybe that could be why then.
I am. That's a hard fact.
Eddie Van Fleet did a lot of instrumental albums. Ideal with doing nature and mystical elements. I like this. I'm always down to always down to try new techniques.
Yeah.
That's cool. Well, yeah, there's a lot of Witchblade guys. I want to jump through because there's a lot of books throughout his career I wanted to get to. Uh, and one of my favorite works we'll get to here in a second.
The Tomb Raider Witchblade.
You know, I do have that. I should have grabbed that because that was really good too.
Mm.
Yep.
There it is. Now you know that's a lift right there.
Is it?
Yeah,
From
that from a swimsuit. Another high fashion. I forget the name of the model too. I wish I remembered her name. Very popular in the late '90s, but it's like exactly that pose. I mean, he didn't trace or anything, but like the concept of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that before. I'm not gonna lie. I still have a Sports Illustrated in my closet somewhere that I'll look at every once in a while.
It's good.
For reference.
If you could get those pages apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, wipe them off with the sock. The thing I really dig about this was the variants and the storytelling variants, like the POV of this guy, the POV of this guy, the POV of the girl. You know, so good.
Brilliant marketing too to split it up.
Well, yeah, and it was like it was good. It was solid.
Sure, yeah. No qualms here.
Yeah, we are.
Every day.
Always.
What was really cool about this is having reading about Mike's love of the ocean, and how when he was creating this title, he really wanted to incorporate that into it. And to a point, you had aquatic superheroes, in the history of comics, but there was something really cool about how he did. Obviously, probably just because it's Turner, but cool character designs, like the concept. Pretty sure, yeah, Weems was inking this. I mean, can't get better than that.
Even his his tiny detail is getting more intricate. Like if you look at the creases of the second panel, like it was bonkers.
Yo, dude, that aircraft carrier, like, come on, like,
oh yeah,
the ocean is terrifying. I almost drowned once.
Oh,
I was
shit.
partying with Dan Panosian and Mark Pasella, and we were in Laguna, and I went swimming in the ocean, and I had no fear, and a current pulled me out and pulled me like 200 yards out, like literally pulled me out.
No shit.
And all the people became tiny on the shore, and I started swimming as hard as I could, and I noticed I wasn't getting any closer, and got so exhausted that I was just like, this is it. And I just like kind of laid there and floated. And next thing I knew, I was floating back to the shore by just like giving up is how I fucking got back. And yeah, it was a big scare. So
that's what they'll get you. Clearly you should have relaxed and let it be, but at that time you didn't.
Well, think. Dude, the lessons you learn when you're 20.
Oh, for sure, yeah. If I knew then, what I know now.
Yeah, look at that, man. Fuck.
Yeah, I wanted to point this out because you could see this almost like a movie, the way it's shot, the way the camera it is. You got an awesome shot of the plane. Inside, you got this very kind of 90s
Michael Bay
flyover. Yeah, just like the movement of the ocean below. Yeah, this is really well done. Of course, love that movie.
It's a fucking course in badassery, really.
Facts.
Yeah,
hard facts.
Yeah, that Riptide definitely.
Yeah, screw Sentinel for killing her.
Oh,
no, different book. Sorry.
Shots fired.
It's a good point.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, I remember first time seeing that, I was like, dude, like, how did you think of that? Like swimming right over the camera,
And Dan, do you want to talk about how hard it is to actually draw something so big and keep the perspective right? Because this is 2 11x17.
It's tough.
Paper.
I'll tell you, that's one of the reasons I dig digital is I can scale it down and really get everything figured out. So then when I zoom back up, I'm the map is there. And it's this,
Yeah.
you could do it. Thank you. He's right.
Mhm.
You can do it still with the smaller layouts. Like I never show these off. I don't know if I'm going to take them out. I have Rob Liefeld layouts from the 80s, from the late 80s and from the early 90s. You want to see them?
Yes.
Please.
I know this is a Michael Turner show, but this is that's my all caps. That's my all caps
There you go.
head.
All
There
your
you
caps.
go.
Nice.
My all caps head. I keep it in a secret book in my house. You'll see it. It's one of these books, those fake books.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys will recognize this. These are the actual legit originals. I bought these back in the day when I was a fan. See these?
I'm familiar, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at out. They're as big as my head.
Mm-hmm.
These
a
are
lot of
from
detail.
New Mutants 99. There's what's his face, and this is from a Marvel
shit.
Comics Presents. Check this one out. This one I need to get into a protective thing, but it's kind of cool that it's not in one. You'll dig this. Check this out.
Holy
Oh,
hell.
Now watch what
man.
happens when I open it, because he drew on all sides of the paper.
There you
Oh
go.
wow.
Right,
That's
but if
awesome.
you look at this is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. You asked
Mhm.
about how do you
Yep.
draw something so big? Well, you draw it small, and then you blow it up. And you were talking about
crazy.
keeping the spontaneity of the energy in there. You just keep. I know my head is not 11 by 17 replicator.
Is that 90 or 91?
I think this is 90.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pre X Force, but
Right.
But anyhow, yeah, what you want to do is keep that energy, draw it small, get it right small, blow it up. But if you want to keep that spontaneity and that energy, is you just move fast, don't trace, just go with the flow of the gesture.
Yeah,
That
I
was
might
weird, Joe. You and I have very similar left hands in the fact that our tattoos are on our wrists like that. So when I moved my hand, and then I saw your hand come in. I was like, "That's not my hand. That's weird."
I got Tweety Bird on my back. For that.
lower back,
The whole back.
the whole back.
Oh.
I got Speedy Gonzalez, man.
Ay, ay, ay.
You like that?
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, holy hell.
This is some fucking lame shit right here.
Oh, nice.
How many people got a trading card?
Just you. Just you. What's going on, Steve?
OC Steve. Possibly. We're gonna be moving though. We're gonna be moving.
Where? Not specifically, but like.
He's like, where?
No,
Tell us.
I don't care. We're staying in Georgia. We're staying
Okay,
in
cool,
Georgia,
cool.
but we're moving soon. So I got to go through all my campaigns and change my address on them.
Mhm.
Look at that! So good, dude.
Yeah. Rob's asking, is there anyone who had a better first issue than Turner?
Art Adams.
Good question.
Art Adams, Travis Charest. When Flash Annual 5 came out, the world stopped.
Right.
And then you have to also remember, guys, context is everything, right? Like, there was a time where people couldn't run a 4-minute mile. So the idea of a 4-minute mile was like, no one can do that. And then once someone did do a 4-minute mile, all kinds of people started doing 4-minute miles. So, but before that, a 4-minute mile would have been impossible. So when you look at Travis Charest, that was a fucking nuke. When that came out, like a bunch of us said, Rob, look at this. And he's like, no, that's Jim. He goes, that's Jim Lee using a pen name. Like we were all like, it was so good that we thought it was someone trying to draw in a different style, but they were so competent at it.
Right.
So Flash Annual 5, fantastic debut. Long Shot #1, fantastic debut. Gen 13 #1,
Yes.
fantastic debut. But Ballistic, yeah, it's up there. I mean, it's definitely up there. But I mean, Moon Knight 55 by
Right.
Stephen Platt. I mean, these are all like they shook people. I don't
Isaac's a
know
beast.
who Isaac Bell is. Rick Saylor.
Oh, he's he's an old guy, old friend from the Liefeld boards. He's one of the Liefeld kids. Check him out.
You
Dope
gotta
ass
send me his shit, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome artist. Had
Shit.
him on the show once.
What's he doing?
He's doing
He's
his
doing a
own
book
book
called Metal Shade.
Yeah, beautiful
Yeah,
book.
okay.
book
His,
called
his
Metal Shade.
fiance's the
You
colorist,
have
I
to check
believe.
him out.
Yeah,
Isaac
great
Bell.
guy.
What is the Max #1? What is it?
It's before Max number 2.
Yeah,
That's true.
no, Max
That's
#1 wasn't his debut book though.
I
he
before
was,
E. Was that it?
Yeah, I mean he was. It might be. You might be right because that predates Sandman, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because he was doing that. What do you call it, Sean?
I
I
before
before
E.
E.
Yeah.
And every time I try to get it at the convention, some fucking nerd of a seller's like, except after C. I'm like, you're not getting my money, you twat.
Suck it.
Suck my dick. No.
Look at that, man. That guy looks like weightless. That's the other thing he did really well. Well, you already said it. His energy was great.
Yeah, just a very beautiful mind for putting stuff together.
Yeah.
That's a handsome dude.
Really great color choices too. You got all these subdued, low saturation, and then you hit her with the saturated, and it really pops her.
Yeah, he just drew very attractive people in general.
Oh yeah.
Sam Keith did Nightfall covers and Wolverine before the Max. Did the Marvel Presents
Blood
stuff.
Hungry, man. Blood Hungry that is probably in, we have Desert Island books. Blood Hungry would be up there.
Yeah, one day we'll do. I know we're gonna do a Platt series. We're gonna do a Sam Keith, J. Scott Campbell. I haven't done a lot of these in a while because I'm just been really busy doing other stuff. But there's definitely plans, guys. We'll keep on doing this.
Dude, the summer of '98 was the shit. All these books coming out. Yeah, Cliffhanger, Stone.
Hey, Stone.
All this.
That's making its return.
DMX.
When's it?
Stone?
Yeah.
DMX.
When's that going live? The Stone
Ooh,
campaign.
darkness of that.
Hello,
Anybody?
darkness, my old
What is it?
The Stone campaign. When's that going live?
It's live now, isn't it?
No shit.
I think so.
I am so far behind.
So this this is what got me back into comics. The first time I left comics.
I'll be back, guys. BD's problem.
All right. First time I got left comics because of girls. And started exploring different things. And was out of comics for a few years.
How are they mutually exclusive? I mean, seriously, like there's room for both, brother.
There should have been. Okay. But like when you're late teens, right? And you really fall for a chick, like she's your whole world. So you stop everything, and it's just like boom.
Yeah, bum ass pussy.
Yeah. One day, man, I was I saw this on a rack, and like when it still had spinner racks, they were still around grocery stores, and I was just like, man, that looks like Turner, and I picked it up, and I was just blown away, absolutely blown away by this, and this was one of the things that really pulled me back into comics and my love of drawing. This is some of my favorite work by Turner.
Yeah.
Specifically this first issue.
Yeah.
Whatever the actual issue number is, but the first issue he did in this storyline was just great. And I actually think the trade comes out a little darker.
Yeah, it's still very cinematic. Steigerwald did his thing on this too.
Yeah. This is when these two guys are just clicking, man.
Yeah.
They made a hell of a team.
Indeed.
Like, that's just awesome.
That's a great gesture.
Yeah. I thought he drew Batman really cool. very, very high pointed ears.
Well,
Have
he
you ever
wanted to
read
be
Mike's DC
distinct
stuff? Oh,
because everybody's
got
trying to
to.
be Jim.
Yeah, it's true. Well, it's true. You know, he got on this. He did his own style, his own feel with it.
A little more tunier with the facial expressions, at least with the eyes. Like when
Yeah,
he
he
came
was.
back, like that
Yep,
stuff was awesome.
he was. He was evolving his art at this point. You know, kind of really falling into what he was going to be doing.
Hmm.
He added a little bit of the cartoony aspects, but just man,
Well, there was a bit of simplification too. One of the things that people didn't know is, Mike got sick roughly around 2001, 2002 ish, and got hit with the cancer, and then went through chemotherapy, got it into remission, had a couple healthy years, and then it came back, right?
Hmm.
And some of this stuff, especially like in the last years, 2007, 2008, he was in a hospital bed drawing this stuff on his back.
Right.
He had
wow,
an inverted board with tape, and he would be working while he was laying on his back with cancer. Talking about grabbing ore.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
that's
that's
Yeah,
inspired within itself. Like there's gonna
yeah,
not to compare diabetes to cancer, but I got my days where I can't get
yeah,
out of bed. I'm
yeah,
like, if this guy could do it,
yeah.
I gotta give
So
it a shot.
a lot of his style, again, Mike being the incredible mind that he was oh, don't you dare, Deathmate was, that is the shame of my entire career. uh
Red was the
the
shit.
red and
no,
black were good.
Mm.
no,
He said
I
no.
had to do 8 pages in 2 days on that job.
Oh,
I
fuck.
don't like that one.
Okay.
Yeah. I digress. No, he was working a style that he could do that had an economy to it. You'll
Mhm.
Mm,
notice there's a lot less rendering and lighting, a lot
yeah,
more emphasis on storytelling, posing, and page layout. A lot less rendering. He distilled a way to create a very economic style.
yeah, and he did a great job. And
Yeah.
Steigerwald did a lot too with the shadows. Added a
Yeah.
lot with the colors, especially if you look at the Treasury edition of this. You can definitely see, like how much he backed off of the details, but it was still very, very good, very,
Solid.
very interesting.
Well, it's like somebody had said it earlier in the chat. They said they liked Finch's stuff before he started rendering.
Gotcha.
Uh, if you look at the procedural nature of Mike's stuff, or the procedural nature of Dave's stuff, or Top Cow in general, it looks like there was an easing back on, let's say there was 8 steps before, now there's 5.
Hmm.
You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, when you're doing monthly work,
All right.
Yeah.
you would see a lot of artists ease back after a little while.
Yeah.
You get into it, you get all gung ho, like you put in all the tiny little detail, and eventually you see an artist evolve over time just to save time.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
like
I
they
mean,
get bad or anything. It's just
if you compared this double pager to any double pager in Fathom, there's
hmm
like, this is 30% the detail of
oh
Fathom,
Hmm.
yeah,
All right.
but it's still as badass.
Sure.
yeah, yep, yeah. This was yeah. I mean, because you still have the dynamic poses and motion. Yeah, like, I love a panel like this.
All right.
And I've said this before. Like if you can do a silhouette shot correctly, it looks amazing.
Hmm.
Because to me, this is not easy to do. It really
It's
isn't.
not.
You could
It's
do this
not.
poorly and fuck it up. You do it correctly, and it comes out like this, and it just
It's designed.
looks gorgeous.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Facts.
circumstances tend to dictate a lot of things. Yeah, for sure. This stuff is so much better than the comics I grew up on, Judge Dredd and on Phantom. I'm envious.
Rob,
Yeah.
when, for like Australian stuff, were they more collected? Like, did they
That's a
send
good
like American
question.
comics like as a collected format, as opposed to like weekly floppies or what we're used to? I was curious about that stuff.
I'll get to where's Big Bart? Yeah,
His apartment.
Big Bart. Huh?
That was his apartment.
Was it?
That's what he said. Well,
You're saying
Again,
that he drew his apartment in this?
yeah. Again, Wizard could be lying, but
Fucking wizard, man. What do you think, Dan? Is this Michael's apartment?
Not the one I went to. The one in Marina Del Rey was very simple.
yeah.
Didn't have any of this crazy shelving and stuff.
What you got there, man?
Like, my eyes have been bad the past couple of weeks, but if anybody can kind of read this or has
I
this,
can't read it.
No.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
is
no.
that? Is that a Wizard collected thing?
Oh
It's-
yeah.
It's the tribute edition. They added like 24 pages after his passing.
Yeah.
But
I need to get one of those.
Yeah, I've got one too. I think
I
you
can't
can,
read. My eyes are horrible now, but it says it was. So
yeah, you can definitely find those around. I've got that one sitting up there. Definitely worth part of your collection. Rob doesn't read comics. He reacts like a primate.
That's how I go through my day, man. My
Yeah.
kids chew away at my IQ.
Uh,
Big Barda.
yep. That's why I wanted to get to this one specifically. Yeah, like he still had a very dynamic style.
Look
Look
at
at
that.
Apocalypse hasn't looked that cool since Kirby.
Right. Fuck. Yeah. Just the imagination to put it like that.
Mm.
And obviously the colors just make it. Yeah, man. Now look at
What a
that dog.
treat. Mm.
Yeah, this was just such a talented dude. Talented dude. Look at that.
Yeah, man.
Also working with a writer like Jeff Loeb on this.
Yeah. Loeb
So
to
that
cow.
just- Mhm.
Yeah.
That was
You
my
know you're a
nickname
dad
for
when you
Loeb.
tell your grown up friends you have to go potty.
That's
Yeah,
absolutely true. I've
Yep, I was
done
gonna
it. I've literally done that. Thank you, past master. Yeah, hey, I'll be right
Yep.
back. I gotta go potty.
Yep.
Fuck. So now I try to tell my kids, listen, I'm gonna go take a shit. You know, none of this
There you
poo
go.
poo stuff because it's embarrassing for me. I'm gonna go poo poo.
Is Liefeld a Freemason? I don't think so.
He knows. I know he knows one.
Yeah. They're definitely out there.
They are out there. Skidoo.
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you, man. No knock on Steigerwald, no knock on this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that shit Ashby did in that first ballistic is
Oh, for sure.
Dude.
Yeah.
I'm still I'm like, I need to go back and look at that because it's bananas. It's
Mhm.
so good.
Yeah. That was.
I got a Doomsday sketch by Rob, and I gave Rob this book to use as reference.
Yeah.
It made it all the better. Having him
Good.
knock it out, looking at it like that.
Yeah.
There's
Rob's
a few
fantastic.
books. There's a few books that I've said over the years that just were like a masterpiece in everything. This is one of them as far as colors.
Debuts. Yeah.
Silvestri's run on New X-Men with Fur Cow and
Mhm.
Weems is another one that's just
Yeah.
out of this world good when it comes to just like everything together. Just the colors pop, the palettes were correct, or just I DM Joe. What? Sending me dirty pictures again? Oh.
Replicator can draw though. It might be a drawing.
Hold on a second.
Well, this is a beautiful
it's
layout.
magic. It's really magic when
Cool tech.
I'm with you.
Nice caverns.
That's what I said when I saw this one girl. I was like, nice caverns, yo.
My guy. My
Yeah.
guy.
Are you from Ohio? Why you got Cleveland, girl?
Nice.
I'll take some pickets to Titsville. Well, again, Mike had a good thing with proportion too.
Mhm.
He pulled off proportions in a way. Like you look at that girl there, she's probably 8-9 heads tall.
Mhm.
You know, back in the day, like we used to go for, you know, the fashion template was like 7 heads. You know, and Mike tended to make him a little taller and leaner. But his thing worked for him anytime, and myself included, because like I was very, like when I ran into Mike's stuff, I was very influenced by it. If you look at, I did a book called Menace.
Yeah, the Jada book. Yeah.
Yeah, this is when Mike and I were hanging out, and I was very much trying to channel my inner Michael Turner to do that book, and you know everything that he taught me and the things. But again, like we draw, you know, Art Adams said this in an interview a long time ago, where it was at the end of the day, we can try all we want. What does that say? Rob has some Freemason tab links in his Robservation website, but they're dead links. Thought this was strange.
I'll ask him next time we sing Jodeci.
Yeah. Oh. Every time I close my eyes,
I wake up feeling so horny. There we go.
I won't give you anything. Yeah. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you, girl. I really want to know your name. Oh. Did you see Snoop Dogg's meme where he said Cisco and Casey from Jodeci should have a versus where it's just a ooh yeah competition?
Mm.
Ooh yeah.
If Casey could sing like he was 20 years old again, I would get down with that.
Dude,
There's
always
the
preferred
Jodeci again.
I always prefer JoJo. You know,
his voice has gotten to shit.
JoJo's voice too?
It's bad.
Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, back to art.
Yeah, back to.
Do you own any of his original pages or any sketches that he did for you or anything of the sorts?
Yeah,
as a gift, you know.
Yeah. I have the cover of Gear Station #1.
Oh,
there
nice.
You go.
Yeah, I have that. I mean, I have sketches, and you know, like those Xeroxes. I have like little doodles on the back. Yeah, the death metal is like the guy. What's great though,
music.
The guy who does the karaoke of Doom is going, "What's happening over there?" Yeah.
Oh, Bob.
Snoop Dogg and late night TV, right, Dan?
Oh yeah. I
guess so.
Dude, you've compelled me to go and get my ballistics. I gotta dig them up though.
Do it.
Yeah.
This move is gonna fucking be crazy.
Moving sucks.
Almost.
It does.
Yep.
It does. This is a big one.
Comic Book Bob says, I love this book. The double page spread in issue 2 where she's riding the futuristic motorcycle is awesome.
Yeah.
Great aesthetics.
Yep. Great aesthetics.
TEDx.
Yeah, that was originally when I wanted to do this stream, I was just going to look at Ballistic.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people know Turner, Witchblade, Fathom, Soulfire, Batman, Superman. That's how a lot of people know him.
Yeah.
There aren't that many people, I don't think, that remember the Ballistic miniseries. And it's so fantastic that I wanted to make sure that people got a good look at it. If you get a chance, guys, go out and get this.
Yeah.
Find it.
Dave Stevens.
Yeah. Dave Stevens is the man. I have Dave Stevens right here. I have 3 David Stevens books right here. Let me see if I can switch my camera.
Do it.
Let me see. I'm not gonna pull it out because you know.
You don't want to make people jealous?
Yeah, I want Nancy Pelosi in my house.
Sure.
Let me see which one is this? This is the Logitech. It's not the Brio. It's I don't think it's plugged in. I can't do it. Sorry. I was gonna use this camera. Gonna use this camera, but it's not plugged in. One day, I think at the new studio we'll do a little book extravaganza. But let me see if I'm turning my whole computer. But these are all Dave Stevens books right here.
Oh, nice.
Nah.
Big fan. Another nice guy who shitty shit happened to.
Mm.
You know, fucking died way too young.
Facts.
Yeah,
He took care of Betty Page.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He's a good man.
Yeah.
What did crackhead weed helps you with anything? It does.
That's true.
Truth,
This was what
truth be told.
Rob was saying he grew up with art-wise.
Dude, that's good shit though, man. Judge Dredd was great. You got all that Brian Ballin stuff.
Yeah.
All the UK guys. I mean, I know you're down there in that prison colony, Rob, but like
That's a
you
good
were
point.
getting all that good UK shit. What up,
That's,
Danger V? Big love and
Yeah,
respect
Rob.
for her. You guys have no idea how much love and respect I have for Danger Vanessa. After that chat where she took me to task, my heart grew 3 times bigger, like
like
the Grinch. Big respect for her.
She is awesome. Fan
Yeah.
favorite around here.
Yeah.
And
England.
the inspiration for my character Vanessa. I just want to say
Dope.
that. This is
Hell yeah.
This is Vanessa. This is for you. This is for you.
That's a fib.
Yeah.
Her name was Shirley.
Oh, damn. Surely you must be kidding.
Shortly. Who would play Witchblade in a movie?
Nowadays?
Hmm.
Probably Ariana Grande.
Wah, 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 wah. That's all I hear.
Is that your Muppet version of her?
It's like Mariah Carey's. I can't say it, but it's. I just see like Mariah Carey 3.5. It's like.
Well, I know
It
that
is.
he wasn't he in talks with Megan Fox about doing Fathom.
Yes.
Fathom,
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Wish that had happened. CG is missing something without the chat. There's nowhere to vent.
It's
Yeah.
true.
I'd like
Great
to see
one.
that come back.
True.
Too short in the way. Yeah,
The rapper?
huh?
Too short, the rapper.
You know, he was the first one to say biatch.
Facts.
It's true. Snoop Dogg got it from Too Short.
Oh yeah, Chauncey. Yep, I'll get that. Hold on a second.
Okay.
I need to do some rearranging in here.
Cool. I got to do a bio break while you're doing that. I'll be right
Now we're
back.
gonna talk about Silk. Oh,
Oh, Silk. Hold on. Let me lick you up and down till you say stop. Gonna play with your body, baby. All right. Excellent work. I gotta use the head. I'll be right back.
All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. I have no idea.
Fat chick from Ghostbusters.
Oh.
This stuff is great because you can see the size ratio when working on the page. Because when
Yeah.
you're trying to like emulate it from a comic, which is tiny, to
Let me
this,
try to-
it makes sense. Learn that from Rob.
I can only go so big with this.
Is it still in
She's
print? Yeah.
I don't know. I
Why don't
ordered
you
this-
send me yours so I can scan the pages?
Yeah.
Oh,
of
my
course, man.
guy. That's why we're
Yeah,
friends.
I got you, man. I got you. Yeah, I got this from a local comic store in 2018, I think. Maybe it was 19. I bought this with the government money. So maybe it was 19. Maybe it was 20. Maybe it was last year.
Don't threaten us with a good time.
Which fat one though?
Which fat lady?
Oh,
with the,
from Ghostbusters? That's a good point. There was multiple ones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They're big boned.
The
What
big
happened?
big bone ladies.
Now I got H-Town stuck in my head too.
Oh, okay.
Knocking
All right,
in boots.
Mm.
So,
I think
yeah,
there's
I'm
only
gonna-
one of them left.
Yeah, Dino died in a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Right? Yeah.
Joe's hating this. He's like, I hate R&B. Give me metal.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna try to get as much of this in as possible, but this is
There we
damn
go.
near Let's see. So yeah, it's right around 11 by 17. A little bit
Yeah,
bigger.
it's
Target.
actual size, man.
Yep. So for anybody out there that doesn't know, this is the size paper that comic book artists draw on. This is just a beautiful book, heavy as hell.
Yeah. I actually don't own it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I have I get, like I said earlier, I have a hard time going through his stuff. Like this is
I
this
got you.
Sure,
this was
yeah.
a thing for me, and I was at a show and I was flipping through this, and it got me pretty heavy in the chest, and I didn't buy it. It's just, it's one of those things.
Yeah.
It's just heavy shit.
Yeah, it makes you miss your friend.
Yeah,
Sucks.
it's beautiful. I need to get one now. I think I could get one now.
Yeah, this is, I think, a
Joe,
very.
why don't you send the Godfather of A&S your copy, just as a thank you
No,
for
no,
his
no.
love for
Oh,
us?
yeah,
No,
you
no,
can
no,
have
no,
this.
it's
I'll
okay.
send it.
It's okay. He'll send you one.
Yeah.
He'll send you this.
But yeah, this cover might be one of the more rendered things he did on this run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if let me see if I can.
Well, the covers for sure.
Yeah. I mean, just look at the detail and stuff in Batman's abs and stuff. Like, he really, Gotham City back here is just very well detailed. Good use of space too. All right. Just so you're all aware, I am not wearing pants.
That's good.
Prove it.
Oh, don't threaten me with a
Hey,
good
I hope
time.
those pages are laminated.
Crazy mad speaking the truth.
That's right. It's all about that 90s R&B, man.
I buy Fraga and keep it until you're ready. Oh, I buy it.
Oh, yeah.
You're good, man.
I'll do
That'd
that.
be nice of you, Rob.
Yeah. No. He's saying
No, I got
if he were me,
I'm just fucking with him because he's easy.
yeah.
You want to really like about this? One, tight pencils.
Mm-hmm.
The city is
Perfect.
God. Yeah, just amazing.
Anton first.
Yeah.
But I love how you can see here how he used the eraser
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
instead of like hard lines.
Yeah.
Like, really cool there. Just kind of add the atmosphere.
And there were
smoke.
no inks on this, right?
Yeah, this is straight pencils to color.
Pencil.
Straight tight pencils to color.
Is it more of a painterly vibe?
Oh, look at that.
So yeah, this is what we're saying. When you have this is how big this is, guys. That's my hand.
Yeah.
Like, that's how big he drew this. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And to keep the perspective and everything.
It's powerful.
Man, you got really little hands, bro.
Ah, you bitch.
Whatever, dude.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. You play guitar, so I know you got big hands.
Well, they are kind of small, but I can stretch them.
Oh,
There you go. This
Yeah.
is fantastic.
yeah, that's fantastic.
I was wondering why I could see all the chats. Oh, yeah, yes. So anybody that came in
What up,
late,
Hockey?
this is on 2 different streams, just so you guys know. Ott and Stuff, and then Joe M. Sonntag. So depending
Oh,
on where
that's
you're
cool. You guys you're streaming on 2 YouTube channels?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need the views.
Oh, maybe that's why there was audio issues earlier.
at, that could have
That's
been.
Oh,
that's
shit.
interesting. That's
Okay.
That might have been.
interesting.
That's the first time I've had that problem.
Yeah.
I'm glad we figured that out. Even the echo in my ear is kind of gone, which is nice.
That's great perspective on that that scuba shot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's not easy. Same
Just
thing with
the-
the bat thing, whatever that I don't know what you call that, the bat boat.
This?
No.
Oh.
Page 1, the left facing page, panel 1.
The bat
Oh,
thing.
right
here.
here?
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
Bat pontoon or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it. Bat fill in the blank. Bat McMuffin.
Pat McMuffin. Ain't you, McMuffin? Yeah, this is. Let me see if I can. Oh, this is a heavy book. Get a little bit better of a sense of this
That's so
without
great.
the color on it.
So great.
Did he use a lead holder or
Yes, a lead holder, the 2mm.
Okay.
That the kind you gotta still sharpen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Not a mechanical pencil, but a lead holder.
Very cool.
Yeah, this is what I prefer to draw in for the most part. Sharpen it up.
I'll draw with whatever is handy.
That's why you're the man, Dan.
Yeah. Cantankerous.
Yeah, look at that facial expression.
Yeah. Peter really supported that with those colors, though.
Mhm.
The yellow and red, orangish lighting back behind her in the final version.
Oh, they excuse me. Yeah, they did a fantastic job together. They were a hell of a team.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an awesome book, guys. Expensive.
What's the exact name of it?
It is called Michael Turner Gallery Edition.
Okay.
DC put it out. I can't remember what year.
It was a few years back, man. At least.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
Probably
know
5,
it's not
6
too
years
incredibly
ago.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I paid like 100 something for it. I'm not sure what the original price was, but you're gonna pay more now.
Yeah. It's eBay. It's like 225. I see
Yeah.
one for 150 though. Yeah, 150 on eBay. 150 is not terrible. I can't buy shit till after I move though, man. Otherwise,
Yeah, it's worth it for this book.
No, I'm just saying. Otherwise, I'll be moving yet another heavy box.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks, Smokey the Con Cat. Appreciate it, and appreciate
he's
everybody for
great.
joining us.
Yeah.
Very
Smash
much.
the like, whichever stream you're on. Slap that thing. Slap it like a booty, yo.
I can't figure. Oh man, that shot of the back cave was cool. What's really cool about something like this kind of edition, I don't really see it on these pages, but when you flip through this thing, you can actually see the different positions that Michael was doing with like arms and stuff, because you'll see like ghost lines
Yeah.
that weren't all raised. You can see
Yeah.
where he had a different pose and then changed it. As an artist, that's really cool to see the adjustments. Yeah. So yeah, guys, go out and get this. This is, if you get to the back of the book.
Crazy Mad wants us to do a duet, Sean.
Oh, do it.
Anything for him.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you want to sing, brother?
Ribbon in the Sky. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so long
for this night I pray that a star would guide you my way.
That's not bad.
That was actually really good.
That's
got
Stevie
vocals.
Wonder, brother.
You got vocals.
Oh yeah.
This was the cover to that tribute book for Loeb's son.
I don't remember that, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember
I don't remember his Robin, dude.
25, I think it was.
I got it somewhere. Yeah,
that's the good Robin, somewhere. Right? And the good, or is that?
Yeah, this is Tim.
Wait, huh? No, those are
the third one.
Those are the Bye guys right there, aren't they?
No.
Oh, these?
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's Connor, I think, and that's.
Yeah, it's Tim.
That's Tim. Yeah.
Wait, I thought Tim Drake was the one with the boyfriend.
Oh yeah, now yeah.
And then that's not Jonathan Kent though.
No, that's Connor Kent.
That's
I don't know Connor Kent.
The clone. But yeah, this was the cover to the tribute book they did when Jeff Loeb's son passed.
Sam,
who had this, I believe, had the same type of cancer that Michael had.
Yeah,
which is a really rare form.
Jeff hosted the memorial. Jeff hosted the memorial at his house for Mike.
Oh, man.
Neil Adams.
That's got to be tough. Losing a close friend and then your son to have the same thing.
Well, his son passed earlier.
Yeah, in what 04,
Yeah.
05, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam was a cool kid. He was a cool kid.
That's what everybody said.
Got to meet him. I mean, Jeff did a lot of stuff with Liefeld. You know, and they
Yeah.
started working together on the cap stuff, and
Mhm.
you know,
That's just
Those
a
eyes.
great gesture.
those eyes.
Yeah.
It says to Dan, a new colleague, but better, a new friend. Thanks for everything.
Who's that?
It says to Dan.
Mm.
Oh, probably Dildo. I mean, Didido.
Oh,
Oh,
you said.
Dildio.
I can't pronounce his name.
Yeah, guys, there's some awesome work in here. Man, these faces.
Yeah. Those cover colors were great.
Yeah, when he started doing covers, the Marvel stuff he was starting to do, man, this is an awesome cover too.
That fucking hand is powerful shit. I'm gonna swipe that.
Yeah.
Swipe that, dude. Just do this. Look at there it is.
There it is. Yeah, there you go.
I got
We
little
have- we
fingers.
have-
They don't look as tight.
We have iPhones now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have all the
Like look
advantages.
at like here they are. Spawn hand.
Noodle.
You know,
No,
fucking
no.
Art Adams hand. Like they're all there. Neil Adams hand. Boy band hand. You know, let's go.
Vanessa says dildo.
Dildo. Yo, you want a pickle? Yeah, but are they dildo?
Ooh.
I like some sweet.
Let's see.
Crisis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some good shit.
Yeah, this is a beautiful
Flash.
book, guys.
Yeah, I
Being
gotta
able
go
to
get it.
see, being able to see his work blown up like this and in the
Clean.
traditional size.
Yeah.
Then
Okay, cool. There's the overlay. Nice.
yeah. Yeah.
And I don't think that
Yeah,
was
that's a hell of a
supposed to be
perspective.
originally intended as a cover, the Flash. I think
Oh,
it was
no?
just like a proposal or something like that to show them. And they're like, we'll buy it.
Yeah.
We'll buy it.
Justice League or one of the.
Yeah, he was just knocking out stuff left and right. Man, look at
Cranking.
that.
Ooh, that
sick.
Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Oh yeah. That's great too. But that Wonder Woman though.
Do-do-do-do. Yeah.
Girl, what's up, dinosaurs?
You like lizards?
Yeah.
Yeah, he drew a unique Batman.
Mm,
Yeah.
Power Girl.
Yeah.
Come on now.
powerful.
Chesticles.
That's pretty cool. Oh
Beautiful.
shit! Sorry, chat. Missed you guys.
Just beautiful.
Jay Lee.
Jay Lee.
What
I
up,
miss
Jay?
Michael. He was such a great guy. I have one piece he did for me of Velocity. That's cool, dude.
Cool.
Yeah.
A lot of people say they didn't like his Supergirl. I thought she was cool. Really? Yeah, I thought
well,
yeah. I thought
They
she
were
was awesome.
wrong.
You get a room. Yeah. Beautiful book, guys. Beautiful book. Look at those eyes.
So
Again,
great.
everybody copied those eyes at one point in their life.
Yeah.
They still do.
Guilty.
Oh, I did for a while. I had to stop doing it because so many people were doing it. I was like, all right, I can't be another
These eyes.
Michael Turner clone.
In your eyes.
Your eyes. The light.
In your eyes.
Your eyes. And complete.
I am complete. And I skeet. In
Now,
your eyes.
skeet. Remix.
Exactly.
What is going on?
Shit.
Great.
Shit.
What
All
have
right.
you done?
Good time.
Mm.
Let me look at him.
There he is. There we are.
There we are.
Tres.
So yeah, guys,
amigos.
that was a look into Turner's career. Got to see some really fantastic art. Especially a good look into that ballistic run. I
Especially
highly
Dan's
recommend it.
perspective or his experience, his friendship of like awesome to hear. Always great to hear stories.
Yeah. Plus, Dan would have been there for the whole image splitting thing that kind of centered around
I was there
Turner
for
there.
that.
You know?
I was there for that. They thought they part of them thought my friendship with Mike was like get him over here sort of thing.
Mm.
Oh, Fraga's hanging out with him. He's over there trying to get him over. No, I wasn't. Just fucking hanging out with my homie.
Yeah, this year Mike would have been 50. I can remember his age due to we are the same age.
1971. Wow. Yeah, he yeah, fuck, man.
What's up, Luke?
37's too young, man. For real. What up, Luke? Another talented dude.
Tanya must emerge. Help me with the ash can. Yeah, absolutely. I'm talking to Luke a little bit. Yeah, that was a messed up situation.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Turner.
Yeah, man.
I've heard I don't know if you guys listen to Rob's podcast.
Robservations, yeah, a lot of them. I got a few to catch up on, but I try my best because a lot of those stories I was there for, and I'll tell you, they're all on the up and up. None of that stuff is exaggeration. Rob's stories are right.
Yeah. I was gonna say he seems like a pretty trustworthy dude in my opinion. Like
I'll
the way he tells
stuff.
Well, in his storytelling, in his stories, and when he tells stories, for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah, like there's the Robservation, guys. If you haven't checked out that podcast, check it out. But he goes into detail a little bit about that whole thing. I've heard him talk about it in other interviews too. His stories never change, and unfortunately, egos were bruised. People got upset and things happened, and that was, my opinion, the start of the downfall of Image.
Which is bullshit because the other studios and the person that was butthurt was doing it themselves.
That's not what happened, though, man. What the reason was, the absolute reason for the whole Image breakup regarding Rob had nothing to do with Mike Turner. That was that was salt on the fries. It was not the fries. You know what I'm saying? Like the fries, this is what it was. Image Comics, in order to run Image Central, they took a piece of everybody's book each month that they put out, $2,500. And, Todd putting out one book, maybe two. Eric Larson putting out one, maybe two. Top Cow putting out maybe 4 or 5. Rob putting out 20.
Right.
Yeah.
Rob's putting in all this money and starts creating Maximum Press, where Black Flag was, Sword Stone was over there. War Child. Some other, Evangeline, some other books. There you go. Androtaz got it. He's got it. That's what it boiled down to. That's literally what it boiled down to. Those guys, any of them want to fucking talk anything against it. The guys that were there, Marat Michaels and I were there since fucking day one. And we were in rooms. Like I was in that's the thing, is I was part of Rob's inner circle. Like if Matt Hawkins, Eric Stevenson, Marat Michaels, and me, we were, if not all of us were there, at least a couple of us were there. But for the most part, we were all there. That was like the circle. So any of those stories that Rob tells on Robservations, when I hear them, I'm like, yeah, that's how it went down. Like I remember when they faxed over the shit, Rob, we're gonna vote you out. And Rob's like, and Rob had already said he was leaving at that point, but they try to make it like they kicked him out. And Rob, you can't kick out a guy that already said he's leaving, but it was all posturing, like you said, egos,
right?
Absolute egos. But yeah, that's silly. They say, the history is written by the victors, but in this case, there's a lot of victors, and it's your word against others. But for the most part, like, again, witnesses, receipts, and that's the bottom line, baby.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah.
You heard it here. Yeah, you know what sucks is, as a fan, I always thought I loved Maximum Press. I thought it was really cool. And I always just kind of associated it with Extreme Studios and Image, even though it wasn't, because it was Rob and it was you guys, doing your thing. It sucked that went away. I would have liked to have seen that stick around because I had a
hell
really
yeah.
cool names, cool characters involved in it.
Yeah.
It's part of the reason why I named my company Superior Press, because I just like the press aspect. I just had
Okay.
a ring. Yeah, I mean,
Aha.
it had a ring to
Uh-huh.
it. Like that's why I made my imprint that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the starting of the end for Image Comics, as you know, because then Jim Lee goes and sells his company, and you get a complete overhaul in a different direction of where they're going. And now, the beautiful art, the beautiful books that we've looked at on the show, specifically with the Image stuff, that's what I like to remember Image as.
Yeah, Image Comics is only Image by name now. That it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
As someone who was there before, during its inception, during its launch, who was there from the beginning, Image Comics is Image Comics only in name. Period.
Facts.
The
Yeah.
end.
Yeah.
He didn't dump. He
yeah.
dumped it. Very convoluted. I don't want to get into too long of it, but at a certain point, investors came in. A guy named John Hyde, another guy named Scott Rosenberg. They came in and bought shares in Rob's IP. Youngblood being the main part.
Yeah.
Then behind Rob's back, somebody got the controlling parts of it, and some shenanigans happened, and he lost it. So just dirty assholes. That's
Truth.
dirty assholes.
Yep.
And man, was I excited for that Youngblood movie. The script was shit.
Andrew Rev, suck a dick.
Spread that rumor.
Yeah. Bloodstrike, he says, honored to learn so much about Turner. Thanks for dropping knowledge, Dano. Yeah, Bloodstrike, we really appreciate you coming around lately. Very cool name, good avatar. You seem really into a lot of this stuff, and I'm glad that if you didn't know about Turner, you didn't know about specifically maybe that era in comics, you get a chance to check it out. Yeah, in all caps comics. Yeah,
man.
Again, a good segue there. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I think that CG is the closest thing you'll have to an Image like movement where it's independence, independent movement, creators, bucking the system, and I think it's quite a bit different because it's more of a fan movement than anything.
100%.
But it's got the spirit, I think, of the excitement of what Image was in the 90s and how they changed comics. We live in a crazy, weird political world now, but CG is where the excitement is, the characters, the art, the creators, the fans. To me, this is the energy is at here. The creative energy is all here. We see what's going on in the mainstream. We see it day after day. Nothing is surprising anymore. I just laugh at it when I see shit. I just could really care less about the stuff they do with our legacy characters anymore. We still have, which is why I do this show, because the stuff back in the day before it got too crazy,
we still have
will always be there. We'll always be there.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I show my kids. What up, Michael Green?
Where is he?
He's in the chat.
There's
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, bro?
I was telling Mike. I was telling the folks about how the day I met you is the day I met Mike Turner. I believe it was the same day. Cow Palace.
History.
Cow Palace, yo.
Michael Green, one of the greatest guys there is.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Good
Jason,
people.
appreciate it. Jaylee said, "Yeah, sad it was Michael, and then Scott Clark. Yeah, absolutely.
And
then,
Stephen Hughes. Yeah,
Yeah, all three were amazing artists, all gone.
Yeah, a lot
I had
of
the
guys.
pleasure to meet him. Nice guy.
A lot of guys in this field die young. Darwin Cook, Mike Ringo, Dave Stevens. This field uses us up, man.
Yeah,
Uses us up. I still have that flyer too somewhere. I saved the flyer from that
cool.
Cow Palace. I still have it, like the exact date. It's got my name,
Really?
Mike's name. Oh yeah.
That's cool, man.
That's dope.
I know, Luke. Exactly right. I had mentioned something similar to that.
Right.
Why are the good ones gone?
Good ones die young, man.
Group pack. To a pulse flat. Beep, beep. Burn.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I really appreciate you joining the show tonight. It was very, very fun. as long as you guys come and check these shows out, we're going to keep on doing them because I
Heck
think it's
yeah.
important to appreciate the art and what was there before the industry went crazy on us. So, and a guy like Michael Turner should never be forgotten. It never will be forgotten. Dude was an amazing person and he's an amazing artist, and he left a legacy that we get to enjoy every day if we want to. So
True.
go find these books, Ballistic, Witchblade, Soulfire, Fathom, Batman, Superman, this gallery edition. Go do it and appreciate it. Look at it. And let it inspire you as it inspires us. Heard some music.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Dust
there
in
you
the
go.
wind.
There you go.
Felt it appropriate.
We are dust in the wind. Hit the high notes, Joe.
No.
No.
You don't want me to hit the high
He's
notes.
like, I think I'll pause on that one, folks.
Some musician.
I mean, I could do it. It's just give me a
Can't-
second to warm up.
If
Like
you
some,
were
like some cocaine.
Yeah, exactly. Sean, where can we find your stuff? What are you doing now? And we'll drop some knowledge on us.
There we go. All across. Found see another new follower. Follower.
Holler.
Nah,
Salt
follower.
Bay,
He
Thrown
need
out.
to
across
salt
the
bay
board.
that shit.
Yeah. We're gonna do the type 1 mailing list sign up in the January, and then we go live in the campaign March.
Hell
And
yeah.
just got some pretty cool commissions, and gonna get through that for the holiday season.
Oh yeah.
A really cool one. I'll tell you guys after, but like I'm like, oh, awesome.
Let it snow, bitches.
Fraga Boom, what is going on with you, man? How's everything doing? Where can we follow you? What are you doing?
Fraga Boom is a place you can find me on Twitter. Same with Couch Doodles. Couch Doodles is where you can find me on Instagram. Fraga Boom is where you can find me on YouTube. If you ask why, so many names, two different places. Couch Doodles got shut down on YouTube, and Fraga Boom initially got shut down on Twitter. So, and then I had to start a new one. So Couch Doodles was the one. But Instagram's still up and running, going good. Working on Black Flag, working on packing my house, moving, making shows, hanging out with all the Comics Gate folks. Got that Tuesday night show called WAD, where just weirdness, bringing on guests, talking about weird shit, and watching guys like you, inspiring old guys like me.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah,
Oh
hell
yeah.
yeah.
And Pink Bunny. That's right.
Oh yeah,
That's
he'll be
right.
back. The Pink Bunny will be back. Don't worry about that.
My wife found her Witchblade comics the other day. She almost has the first 20 issues along with her Powerpuff Girls. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Powerpuff
Very
Girls.
cool.
Worked
That's what
on
I'm
both
talking
of
about.
those titles.
Hell yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
Wahad.
Wad.
Dig it.
Yeah. Will Hockey, Allie, and Dan. Where's Professionals tomorrow? I did it last. A, B, C, D. I believe it's Graham. I believe. Because after E is G, I think. Let me see. Let me look. Professionals. Shall we do our favorite holiday movies tomorrow night? Asks Graham.
Oh.
Yes, it's Graham. It's on Graham's channel, my friend. Graham Nolan.
The one and only.
Another
Nolan.
inspirer of folks.
Yeah, he was fun to have on the show.
Nolan, what?
There you go.
Plug it.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night I will be on Outcast Owls at 8:30. Have a makeup show there because last time I was on, I was supposed to be on, I got sick. So
Oh,
gonna talk some music and talk some art. It's gonna be fun time. And then Friday, Ott and stuff.
Hanging out. Me
Just
and
hanging
Joe.
out. We don't have
Me
a
and
guest.
Joe.
We're just gonna shoot the shit.
Maybe
Welcome everybody
Jeremy
to come.
come on later on, and
Yeah,
Steve.
like it, Steve and
Little
Jeremy
Rick
out and do
says.
their thing.
Good folks. Good
All
folks.
right.
Yeah,
those two.
absolutely.
Great friends.
And then the Reaper Destroyer ash can, I'm getting it delivered hopefully this Saturday. So
Yeah.
that's
Oh, I can't
working on
wait.
getting it
There
packed
we
up and getting it
go.
out there. So excited about that, man.
There we
excited.
are. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
15 years later. So excited.
Yeah,
Give it to
15
me.
years in the making. Yep. Yeah.
130 bullets made. No, wait, that was Wet Works.
Drop a load on them.
So be on the lookout for that. I'll be giving updates. I still have 3 more head sketches I have to draw. I will probably stream those as I did the first 6. So I'll get that done.
That's the sound of the police.
Whoop, whoop. Whoop. All right, guys, you know me. I drag endings of the shows for long periods of time.
Wait, like
Long and
that type of dragon?
winding Joe.
All right, everyone. We will talk to you all later. Have a good one.
Everything changed.